Okay, let's go back because the part that I really want to get to is right around the corner. Here we go.
And we're emulating his life by following the law to the letter. Now, if I bring up, and I have before, and this was even before I knew that this was kind of a collective thing, when you bring up Galatians about not being tethered to the law anymore, and if you try to uphold one part of the law, then you've got to uphold the whole part of the law. But
okay, and here we go. This is my favorite part. So the question that I'd have for her, or anyone who's going to go down this line of reasoning. So according to this line of thought, if you uphold one part of the law, you have to uphold the whole thing. So does that include not committing adultery, not murdering, loving your neighbor as yourself, loving the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength? What about not lying? What about not slandering someone? What about, the list could go on and on and on. The point here is that clearly
the point is all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God.
Exactly.
That's the point. The point is against the Pharisees or Sadducees, whatever sectarian group there was that says, look, do our list, do our works, and you will be reckoned as righteous among us. And you will be part of the pure community, and you will be able to insulate then yourselves from the impurity and the contagion out there with the people who are not us.
Exactly.
And that's the point. But
that's the point is that you have people who say, aha, see right here, that means the law is done away with, because if you try to uphold even one part of the law, the whole thing's done away with. Well, clearly Christianity believes that parts of the law should be upheld.
Right.
Clearly. So there has to be another interpretation for that. But that's not you're going to stop right there. Right. And to me, this is dishonest. It's a little dishonest I don't think she's thought through this. I'm not putting her down in any way, shape, or form. I actually think that this is a standard, this is a standard talking point of anyone in what I would consider to be a mainstream Christian view that the law has been done away with, is we're going to go to these talking point, and this is where people, even in the Hebrew roots movement, or anyone who's pronomian, is going to look at it. And you even have non-believers, Nanos and others, who look at Paul and say, he couldn't be saying that. There's no way that he's saying that, right? Well, why do they say that? Because at least they're trying to be honest with the overall. And I just don't think, once again, I'm not putting anyone here down. I think that there just hasn't been like I wonder if I really think about this, if Paul could be saying that. Could Paul really be saying that in this?
Well, it's probably, I don't know. I'm not familiar with the cultish shtick, or what their move is. Shtick could be dismissive. I don't want to be dismissive. The idea of if their job is week by week examining things that are as like cults or whatever, maybe they only can go to the wading pool on each of these fronts and then say, hey, look, this is what we're found. This is what we found. This is what we found. And
Hey, look, I understand that, and I'll give grace on that. And the reason why is because we do this show once a week, and there's been plenty of times where I've looked at something and I've only been able to do a cursory glance at it. However, my point is this: you got guys now who have researched, okay, and now they're coming on someone else's show to represent it. Now, I actually think that their representation of the Hebrew roots movement is actually quite good. I do. What I don't think is
because
good because I'm the source.
Self-serving, Caleb. Because I'm the source.
Because I'm the source of it. But the thing is that I think what they've done is they've taken the Hebrew roots movement, and then they've taken all these other things, and they just want, like Play-Doh. My kids, they take the three different colors. Well, I'll only give them 3 colors of Play-Doh at one time. And what do? Inevitably, they put it all together.
Make one new color. It turns
one
brown,
new color,
like a reddish brown.
Exactly. And the thing is that they might not realize that they're doing this, but ultimately the Messianic movement was around long before the Hebrew roots movement was. Okay. And even long before Dodd came along. So, and if you trace the Messianic movement back out of America into Europe, it goes way back, right? And so the point here is simply this. And pronomian theology has been around since Christ. People have in some way agreed with some form of pronomian theology all the way since Christ. And so
if you look at the church history as humans responding to responding in regeneration in the midst of people who are not regenerated, but yet claiming to be part of the church, right? So you always have this, like Paul in Romans 11, right? You always have branches that are off that could be put back on, branches that are on that could be taken off, right? Because it's this moving thing. And the pictures, because we don't judge, because we don't know the heart, right? God is the final judge of what that tree is going to look like when all is said and done.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Tell us your thoughts on this subject by leaving a comment in the comment section. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and enable those notifications. And we'll see you in the next video.